Day 5 of training camp means the 5th practice without family and fans here at the UC Health Training Center. But today, defensive lineman Jarrell Casey was surprised by a few of his loved ones on the virtual fan cam. So much so that he had to double back to say hello. That was just one of many memorable moments from today's training camp practice. Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another edition of Training Camp Tonight, powered by Ford. After 2 straight days of full padded, full speed practices, the Denver Broncos decided to switch things up and they opted for shells instead on Wednesday morning. Now, I should clarify though, just because the pads weren't popping today doesn't mean the level of competition took a hit. There was some great back and forth between the offense and defense throughout team drills today. The chemistry Drew Lock and Courtland Sutton built throughout those final 5 games of 2019 was on display. Sutton had a step on Bryce Callahan and snatched a perfectly placed deep ball from Drew Lock before catching yet another dime in the end zone a couple of plays later. But it wasn't all offense all the time. Justin Simmons and A.J. Bouye had a couple of back-to-back pass breakups in the end zone to balance things out. So it is safe to say that even without the pads on today, the level of intensity was still there for the Broncos throughout practice. Matt Boyer is standing by with the Hall of Famer Steve Atwater for his reactions.
Thank you, Alexis, down here at 27 Hall of Fame Plaza with the Hall of Famer Steve Atwater. Steve, a lot to get to for training camp. Nick Van Nett and Noah Fant out. We're talking a lot about the tight ends room so far in camp and how stacked it is, but those 2 guys out today for different reasons. When you look at the room, though, today, Andrew Beck, Jake Butt, Troy Fumagalli, Albert O, a guy who I know you're very high on, they all played really, really well. How important is it going to be for guys like that to step into situations when you're going to be missing some guys in an abbreviated training camp?
Yeah, no, it's extremely important. And, not only for the team, but just for their individual development, that when they get opportunities to show the coaches and show their teammates what they can do, that they excel. And I think they did that today. Albert O had another really nice day. Jake Butt, some great catches, and everybody's pulling for him. I heard some of the guys giving interviews just talking about, man, we're pulling for him because he's been working so hard, hasn't given up, got a great attitude. And we know Andrew Beck, since he's come back off the COVID, and last year, he's been a monster, man. I really love him as a player. I remember talking to him on the sideline after one of the games last year. Like, man, you're a dog, man. You're a real player, man. And I respect that. And they just got to take these opportunities to make sure that, like I said, that they show everyone that they can perform at a high level.
We had Alfred Williams on the set with you today, so let's start with the defensive players because I know that's a side that you guys were heavily focused on today. When it comes to your A-list, who do you like as far as we saw the previous day, Vic Fangio kind of getting on the defense a little bit today? They look great.
Yeah, no, they did. And you can't have an A-list without A.J. Bouye.
Go.
Yes, and I knew he would make the A-list eventually. Had a nice interception out there. Listen to his interview from yesterday. I love his demeanor. Love how he is so willing to help all the young guys, regardless of who it is. He makes time to make sure that he shares whatever he can with them because he knows that, hey, if somebody goes down, I still want to win. I still want to make sure that my guys are fully prepared to go out and do a great job. So he just shares freely with them, and I love that mentality. And that's the kind of mentality that champions are made of.
It looks like they've got a lot of chemistry in that DB's room right now with Simmons, Jackson, and the 2 corners, Callahan and Bouye. When you were a player with guys like Dennis Smith and Tyrone Braxton, how long did it take to develop that chemistry? How quickly can it come?
Yeah, I mean, it could come fairly quickly, especially with veterans if they vibe and if just the energy is right. Or sometimes it can be just the opposite, especially if guys are expecting one thing. You're expecting a player to have a certain mentality, and you get in the building and you find out that he doesn't have that mentality. It can go wrong, but I don't see that happening. All these guys are kind of made of the same thing, and they all have positive attitudes, and they're all willing to share. So, I think the chemistry is going to be great. The vibes are going to be great, and they're going to play some good football.
On the offensive side now, who's your A-lister?
I got to go with Drew Lock.
Come on, man. It's the quarterback.
I know. Everybody would probably think that we wait till the last show to make him the
He's getting enough love out there.
He is, but it's so impressive that a guy being at the stage that he's in. He's only started 5 NFL games, but he looks so poised out there. He's not afraid to throw the ball in there and try to fit passes in there. But, man, surprisingly, he's putting them on the money and not having guys have to stretch out too much, not a lot of passes overthrown. He knows what he's doing. It's like I didn't believe they would be this far along this quickly, and I'm sure they're saying we still got a lot of improvement to do, but, from the outside looking in, man, they're doing a heck of a job, and we all know it starts with the quarterback.
Whether it was Sutton, Tyree Cleveland, the rookies Judy or Hamlet, it looked like Locke was firing on all cylinders. So I'll let you go. I'll allow it.
That's
I
right,
like
man.
it. I like it. Tomorrow, let's preview things for the folks on Broncos Training Camp Live, powered by Ford. Who you got on the show tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have my good friend Rich Carlos. He's going to come join us, spend about an hour or so with us. We're going to talk a little bit about kickers too. With the kicker. Got to talk kickers and just see what Rich has been up to.
I love it. If you want to catch that, make sure to tune into denverbroncos.com or the Denver Broncos social channels for our start time tomorrow. But let's take a look back at today's show with Big Al, Alfred Williams.
Yeah, I love coming out here. I've been coming out here watching this team as a broadcaster now for 18 seasons.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't believe that. So for 18 years, I've just come out here and covered the team. And being able to watch them this year, it feels like something special is going on. I just need to make sure that our quarterback can make those intermediate throws because he has a rocket arm. All the deep throws are going to be great. Those intermediate throws are going to be the ones that make this team great this year.
So, Alfred, I want to go back to the coach one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's important for the coaches to get across to their players that they want to win?
Right. Well, it's not necessarily that they teach the players the fact that they want to win. You need a bunch of guys who hate to lose. You know what I'm saying? I like to look at it that way.